We welcome you into Case Arena this evening here on the ISC Sports Network in cooperation with Hot Dog TV. Sean Walker, Lance Scheib here to call the action for you this evening. Tonight, it is the Rossville Hornets and the Frankfort Hot Dogs live from Case Arena, and a night that they reserve every year in January for an event they affectionately call Cram Case Arena. Coach, I'm excited to be here. I've been a part of these events as a student back in the day, and now just as a fan being able to come back here and watch these two Clinton County teams battle it out on the hardwood.
Well, I tell you what, it should be a great environment, great spectacle tonight. I'm looking forward just to seeing, how both teams come out. Both played last night. Rossville won. Clinton or Frankfort had a tough loss last night, so I'm anxious to see how both play on the second night of a weekend doubleheader. Should be a fun night. Our pregame show brought to us tonight by FiberHawk. Now available, FiberHawk Fiber Internet. Super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 922-HAWK. Fast, affordable, FiberHawk. Coach, you referred to last night, both of these teams played, so therefore nobody really has an advantage. It's a back-to-back for these young kids, but that's why they do it. They're young kids. They can do these type of things. Frankfort really played well for the second, third, and fourth quarter in last night's game against Western Boone. Had a chance to win late, but that first quarter kind of doomed them in. They fell as far behind as 12, I believe, and it's just hard to recover from that. Well, I tell you what, they played so well in the back half of the game. Shot it well, defended it well. Effort was great. I'll be curious, tonight, as you alluded to, Sean, what effect did last night have on these kids' legs? Because, again, normally on the second night that you played, look to dribble penetration more, look to go inside early just because it's easier on your legs. Rossville was in the same boat last night, won, and so, again, they're going to probably come in with a little better mindset. But I tell you what, if I'm Coach Van Dyne, I'm happy with the way my team ended, and my big message is start the way you finish. It should be a great contest. For head coach Corey Dunn, it has been 4 straight winning seasons at the helm of the Rossville Hornets, and it looks like he is well on his way in year number 5, a 9-4 record for Rossville. They got a big victory last night over Tri-Central, 71-53. Tonight, our keys to victory are brought to us by Gangware Insurance. With markets for everything and everyone, in your time of need, we'll be there. Give us a call at 379-3650 or visit gangwareinsurance.com for more information. Coach? Well, I tell you what, rebounding is going to be key tonight because you want to limit your opponent to just one shot. And I think last night when Frankfort did that, boy, they were really good. I'll be anxious to see how Frankfort handles the Shaw brothers underneath. So rebounding will be key. Three-point shooting, I want to tell you, last night, Frankfort shot themselves out of the first quarter, and then the rest of the game shot themselves back into the game. And boy, I tell you what, led by Trey Frazier, he was on fire last night. And then effort. I really felt like last night from quarter second, third, fourth on, the effort of Frankfort was so good. And I'll be anxious to see if they can match that tonight. And that is our keys of victory, brought to us by Gangware Insurance. Coach, looking at some of the players last night for Frankfort that played well, you mentioned Frazier. He had 22 points in last night's game. I thought they got a great effort from Cameron Williams. The young man that averages about 2.5 points per game, he put 14 on the board last night and was kind of a difference maker when Frazier was going in and out in foul trouble. I'll tell you what, I thought that Cameron handled the ball great. I thought he shot the ball well in rhythm. He didn't force anything. Another guy I liked from last night was Braden Compton. I thought he played really, really well. Really liked the way that he battled all night long. And then Jade Ayers, I thought was really special. And again, those 4 are going to have to play well again tonight to give Frankfort an opportunity to win. I can't wait to see this game. That's going to do it for our FiberHawk pregame show. We'll step aside when we come back. Starting lineups and tip-off. You're watching high school basketball on the ISC Sports Network.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help.
Everyone needs to be a part of something. If not girls golf, find something. Frankfort High School provides plenty of opportunities for you to be a part of, including 19 sports and plenty of clubs. Be sure to get involved.
We love to see you here at the Farmers Bank. However, we know there are times you need to bank on your schedule, wherever you may be. With the Farmers Bank mobile banking app, you can check balances, transfer funds, pay bills, and now you can also securely deposit checks with your smartphone by simply taking a picture of the check. Download our mobile banking app today. The Farmers Bank, your local bank, your mobile bank, your bank for life.
Oh my God!
We are ripping fast today.
And how hard can it be, right?
These are now selling for about $3,500. So we're back to our old ways of pulling rocks.
Act like idiots on camera, open cards, and talk about the hobby.
Power. We all want it. We all need it. It not only lights our homes, but it drives our businesses. It strengthens our communities. It empowers us to make our own decisions. Today, we're giving power to more than 22,000 members. We're a homegrown, locally based cooperative that does something the big electric companies won't: give safe, affordable, and reliable power to rural communities. We're Tipmont REMC, and our members have the power.
Welcome you back here to Case Arena. A look at our starting lineups brought to us by our friends at Ardente Dental. Healthy Smile Star here. Call to schedule your next appointment, 654-7222. Say habla español. For the Hot Dogs, same starting lineup from last night. Ayers, Frazier, Williams, Mejia, and Compton. On the other side, it's the Shaw brothers, Luke Meek, Reed Douglas, and Jesse Cornell. Coach, Rossville definitely has a size advantage coming into this one. We saw that last night a little bit with Western Boone. So in preparation for these two teams, Van Dyne was kind of able to knock out a 2-for-1 this week, correct?
Well, I tell you what, the biggest thing is, the one nice thing about regular season games, it prepares you for the tournament. You see different looks, different teams, different strengths. And when you have a size disadvantage, you have to find a way to communicate. You have to find a way to really move your feet and make sure that your technique and blocking out is that much better. And I think last night was a great tune-up for what's going to happen tonight. So to your point, Sean, yes, I think good Coach Van Dyne certainly is going to have a better grasp on what he needs to work on after this weekend dealing with height.
And talking about that height, Dirk Shaw leads Rossville in scoring at 14 points per game. The young man is 6'4", senior, but he's coming off of 3 straight games of 20-plus points. He's hitting his groove here down the stretch for Rossville.
Well, I tell you what, it's neat to see seniors playing well late into February or January and then into February leading into the tournament. I'm real partial to seniors just because they have paid the price from a leadership standpoint and work, and to see Dirk playing this well, I'm very excited for him.
His younger brother, Damon Shaw, is kind of a do-it-all here for Rossville. A little over 8 points per game. It's about 4 rebounds, 3.5 assists, 1.3 steals. He's a young man that just kind of a stat sheet stuffer.
Well, I tell you what I'm anxious, to see, and I think Corey Dunn understands this. Damon Shaw really is the one that makes Rossville go. As much as Dirk is good, like you said, Damon just kind of does a little bit of everything, but controls the tempo of the game. He's got to play really well tonight for Rossville to get a chance to win.
Shaw and Compton will tip things up, and Rossville will have possession here on the first play of the game. Basketball underway here at Case Arena. Shaw with him now, swings it over to Cornell. Cornell out to Dirk. Compton last night got into a little bit of foul trouble and struggled a little bit offensively. They're going to need him to be big tonight.
Well, I tell you what, they're going to need Braden on both ends, offensively and defensively, especially with the rebounding.
Frazier in the lane, nice little floater, and he takes over right where he left off last night.
I'll tell you what, I just like his game. I just think, again, he does a lot. He can take you off the dribble, but he is deadly from three-point line. Nice backdoor cut and pass. Jesse Cornell with an easy 2. Nice spacing there by Rossville. A nice job, Dirk Shaw, of finding Jesse Cornell. Ayers with it, finds Compton in the corner. First 3 up and good, and that's a good sign for Braden Compton. Well, already I like the effort, just like right there with the steal by Ayers from the Hot Dogs here tonight already. Down low they look. Compton showing off a little bit of that baseball arm. Turnover for Frankfort. I don't think he realized he was all by himself, and when we did, it was really too late, and then overcompensated, and that ball came flying out of there.
Rossville bring it up here 5-4. These are two teams very familiar with themselves, play year after year. Going back all the way to the 93-94 season, Frankfort has a 23-7 advantage over Rossville.
I'll tell you what, it is such a mental game when you've got beat so many times like Rossville has by Frankfort, and I'll be curious tonight if Frankfort's able to take advantage of that.
The shot up, no good. Rossville is coming off of a victory last year, though, against Frankfort, where they really thumped the Hot Dogs. 35-74 was that score. Mejia down the lane, can't get it to go. Rebound, Rossville looks to push the other way.
Nice take by Mejia. Had an easier shot on the left side, opted to go to his right side, made it a little more difficult.
Number 3, Jaden Brown checks in for Rossville, the 6'1 senior. He had 11 points last night in the game versus Tri-Central. He's been playing well of late. Giving them someone they can count on coming off the bench.
This is a great measuring stick for Rossville. One, it's a huge rivalry game, and two, you're playing up, and I think it's just you're playing against a team here tonight in Frankfort that doesn't have a lot of wins, but is getting better and better. Huge game for Rossville.
Going to have a foul underneath the bucket. Be our first foul of the game. We'll see who they whistle this one on. It's going to be on Jade Ayers, his first foul. Coach excited about tonight. You look around, a great turnout here in the crowd for Case Arena. And look at them, seeing a lot of familiar faces, coaches that have the night off that are in the building. I see Coach Peckinpah kind of scouting with his assistant coaches, and former coach Jeff Henley, who won a state championship at Rossville and then later found his way over to Clinton Prairie. Nice take there by Cameron Williams.
And Cameron kind of taking off where he did last night as well. But it's really good to see, Case Arena really filling up here tonight for this big game. And I'm just excited to see coaches here because again, they understand you get an off night, and people don't always realize an off night game-wise means you're scouting somewhere, doing something to try to make your program better.
Mejia on the penetration, great footwork. The lay-in can't get it to go. He's lucky he didn't get whistled for an over-the-back foul there. Dirk Shaw with it. Left hand, too strong. Ayers with a foul. And now you got a little bit of a conversation, some feistiness, and this happens in these county rivalry games.
Boys being boys, they're just saying hello to each other. They've known each other. Again, both juniors, the Shaw brothers were here, as we talked about that before the game started. So they just know each other a little bit, just saying hi.
Going to get a timeout taken. That gives us a chance to talk about our first sponsor of the night. Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden is ready to help you make your tall grass short. Save up to 20% with Husqvarna Fleet discounts on commercial cutting packages starting as low as $4,899. Give them a call today at 296-2988 to see if you qualify for a special financing offer. And some people may think, hey, it's winter. Why are you talking about mowers? Well, because the grass is going to start growing. Why not get one now and get ahead of the game? You can have it paid off by the time the grass is ready to be cut. That's why.
I'll tell you what, I'm just praying that the rest and the middle of winter and end of it is as good as the beginning. It's going to be cold, I get that. But again, that spring is going to get here soon.
Coach, last night you asked me, I don't remember if it was on air or off air, but you asked me about Case Arena and when it was built and opened up. And I found that answer today, 1963.
I tell you what, this is such an iconic place. It's such a great and beautiful venue. Frankfort's so lucky to have it. The students are so fortunate because this is just, again, a beautiful place. I love coming here to watch games. I love here, and obviously come here to broadcast games as well.
Before Case Arena, the Hot Dogs played their ball at what was called Howard Hall. This shot off the mark, battle for the rebound, and they're going to get Compton for the foul against Damon Shaw. Compton's first.
And what now is in the place of Howard Hall, where it used to be?
I believe that's the county sheriff. That's where that was at.
Gotcha.
When they built the high school, that became the junior high, I believe.
Gotcha.
I was born in 79, so I'm going off memories here.
I understand.
But I believe that became the junior high, and then when they built the new middle school, they closed that down and brought it out here.
Great job by Dirk Shaw there. I love to see fundamentals, executed, again, shot fake. Both guys got off the ground. Dirk was able to knock it down.
Compton.
Woo.
Another 3 for Braden Compton, and that is a much better game than last night. Braden, just 4 points last night, and he's one of those guys that they need him.
Well, I tell you what, the neat thing right now is Frankfort has really, from an effort, from that execution standpoint, they started right where they left off last night. They dug themselves such a hole. It's great to see them off to a good start.
(10-6) your score in favor of the home team. Compton's going to travel with it outside. Turnover gives the ball back to the Hornets. Got a little bit of trivia for you tonight. I came across what they refer to as the basketball Bible, Frankfort. It is the history of Frankfort Hot Dogs basketball. So I have to put that out as a disclaimer because I don't want to make it sound like I'm some great historian. I'm obviously cheating a little bit.
You're doing your homework. There's nothing wrong with that.
We'll have a little bit of trivia. There's some fun ones. Dirk Shaw rebound
Nice
inside and back up and in. He's got 6.
I tell you what, you cannot let Dirk Shaw get position. When he's underneath like that, again, he's 6'3", he's bigger than most of the Hot Dogs, and then you can't compound that by turning the ball over here. Again, you're off to a great start if you're Frankfort here, but you can't turn the ball over, and you've got to do a better job on rebounding.
I was able to find that history about Case Arena when it opened because in 1963, the last game played in Howard Hall between these two teams, between Frankfort and Rossville. We get a run out here from Ayers. Offensive foul. No bucket. Good to finish that thought. Frankfort won that game 85-81. However, Gene Milner from Rossville scored 40 points that night, which is the 6th most all-time versus a Frankfort team.
Well, here's my question back to you about that, okay? My question is our good dear friend Mason Harris.
Mason Harris.
How does Mason Harris stack up to the scoring legends of Frankfort? I know you saw him play. He's a good friend of yours. I teach with him, good buddy of mine as well. How does Mason stack up with his ability to score here in Case Arena?
Mason was an integral part of our teams in the mid-'90s, a 3-time letter winner against the Hot Dogs, and he made sure to tell me that he wanted to hear himself on the broadcast tonight, so thanks for teeing that up.
Well, I tell you what, he must not have been listening too much last night because we talked about him again. I even gave the shout-out that I enjoy teaching with him, which, again, I do. But, again, he's certainly a good friend, a great player here for Frankfort.
Back and forth action. Shot off the mark, Ayers with the score, or with the rebound, excuse me. Ball out of bounds. It'll be Frankfort basketball.
Nice hustle. And again, what I was curious about is how was the effort going to be tonight? Look for both coaches on a second night to probably sub more than they normally would just because they want to have fresh legs in the second half.
Bodied up here. There's going to be a foul on number 20, Reed Douglas, the 5'10 junior.
And I'll tell you what, you see Coach Corey Dunn doing just that. He's got about a 7 or 8 man rotation early on, and I like him doing that mainly because trying to just save the legs. And I see Coach Van Dyne saying same thing already on his bench, just trying to get more guys in this game into the flow.
Last night we saw 7 players from Frankfort take the floor. I wonder if we'll see that same 7 tonight, or if he'll get a little bit deeper given the fact that they played a night ago.
I would be venture to say that we're going to probably see at least 7, probably more like 8 tonight.
Williams picking up about 3/4 court now against Rossville. Under a minute and a half to play here, first quarter action. Cram Case Arena. They look down low to Shaw. The turnover, Sandoval looks ahead to Ayers. Ayers gets into the body, gets the whistle, and earn himself a trip to the line.
Nice job of transition. Great job by Ayers of trying to finish. Drew the foul. And again, I like that on Jaden Brown. The thing that I thought last night was very interesting, I thought that Western Boone athletically was a little better than Frankfort than Rossville, and so I'll be anxious to see if Coach Van Dyne uses that in his favor and pushes the transition a little bit more.
You can see a more spirited Ayers tonight. It took him a little while to get going last night. He did have 7 points in the game, but his intensity level from the start tonight has been impressive.
Well, the nice thing about bringing a team like Rossville into Case Arena, it is a county rival. It's somebody that, or some team, these both are teams are very familiar with, so you're going to get your best.
There's another bucket for Jesse Cornell. So we're under a minute now in the first quarter. Cornell with 4. Coming off of a night where he had 10 points against Tri-Central. Rossville as a team had 3 players in double figures last night. Good night, knocks down the 3. This is a good sign for Frankfort. It took some of these guys that normally are big contributors a while to get going, and some of them didn't. Goodnight last night only had 2 points. Averages almost 9 points per game.
Well, I tell you what, just seeing Riley getting off to a good start, it's neat to see he and Cameron Williams both coming in and playing well this weekend.
Frankfort's defense in the first quarter tonight, much better than it was a night ago. Rossville working the offensive glass, though, and that's Damon Shaw. Bucket count, 16-14 your score as Shaw puts one in there right before the buzzer. Frankfort leading Rossville by 2. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, second quarter action.
It can be awkward talking to your doctor or healthcare provider about things like body odor, depression, drugs, relationships, or sex, but they need to know. If you lie or decide not to tell them something, you may not get the care you need.
If you are embarrassed to talk to a parent about health concerns, remember as a teen, you have the right to talk to a healthcare provider alone and get access to some health services without friends, parents, or anyone else finding out.
Take responsibility for your health care. For more information, call Healthy Communities at 765-659-6063.
Cram Case Arena night here on the ISC Sports Network in cooperation with Hot Dog TV is presented by the Farmers Bank, locally owned and operated with 10 banking offices located in central Indiana, providing retail, business, trust, and asset management, investment, mortgage, and electronic banking services. The Farmers Bank is here to support you every step of the way. The Farmers Bank, my bank for life. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Great start by both teams. Offensively, really like the spacing and how Rossville has attacked Frankfort. I think from an effort standpoint, Frankfort has been fantastic getting out of the gates, much better than what they did last night. I like the fact they've really started, where they ended last night, and that's by playing hard and knocking down threes.
Frankfort will start with possession here in the second half. Goodnight on the drive. He'll be fouled. It's a good sign for Riley. Very active in the offense early on tonight. We mentioned his struggles last night, but it seemed like mentally he was just frustrated in the game. We saw him pick up some bad fouls and things, just trying to do too much. It's coming much easier tonight.
Well, I tell you what, it's the whole feel and vibe I've gotten from Frankfort at the beginning of this game is so much different than last night. And I just like their confidence and how they're attacking, they're penetrating, they're kicking out. They're not just settling for the three-point shot. They're taking it when they get it. But I like their overall approach tonight compared to last night.
Here's one thing I'll keep my eye on tonight is the free throws. Frankfort shot the ball very well from the line last night. Tonight, though, just 2 for 4 to start, and that can be a sign of fatigue, not using your legs.
You definitely have to focus on bending those knees, trying to be able to get yourself in a good spot.
Turnover, Frankfort heads the other way. Cameron Williams with it. Out to Mejia. Williams thought about the 3, puts it on the deck, drives, scoop shot, can't get it to go. Here comes Dirk Shaw and the Rossville Hornets. Little 2-man game. Shot too strong. Frankfort with a 3-point lead. Frazier with the ball. Nice gamble and steal there from Jaden Brown. Easy run out the other way.
I have that as the 4th turnover for the Hot Dogs is something they've got to take care of the ball. That's another sign of fatigue at some point. And again, they just need to focus and be sharper and crisper on their passes.
Frazier fouled on the floor. It's going to be a foul against Jaden Brown. That's his second foul. Good call, Coach.
I like what Rossville's doing. They're really trying to penetrate and run early, but Frankfort, to their credit, their spacing is much better tonight, and I think they're penetrating and doing a lot more with the ball than what they did last night.
Mejia has had a couple of nice moves around the bucket, just can't finish.
I tell you what, Mejia again, just a junior, comes in averaging 8 points a game. Really is a mainstay inside for the Hot Dog. He's had some great looks, just hadn't knocked him down yet.
I want to thank those viewers joining us tonight, whether it be on the ISC Sports Network app, on TV, or on the Hot Dog TV YouTube page. Inside.
Nice
Price
move.
just checked into the game, and he gets to work right away.
Nice spin move. Great job of keeping his dribble alive. Nice job by Price.
Both of these teams like to play about 7 guys. They don't get too deep into the rotation. Shot here a little strong from Frazier. Shaw with the look ahead. Active hands from Mejia. Corner 3, no good.
But to your point, Sean, I think we're going to see more of the 7. I think you're going to see him rotating in and out just to kind of keep their legs. Nice move there by Williams.
Cameron Williams with his second bucket tonight, 4 points. Be a kick ball substitution. Checking back in is Ayers. He's going to give Williams a break.
And I just think both teams, again, they're going to use those 2 guys off the bench, 7 total players, but I think you're going to rotate a lot more just to try to save those legs for the second half.
Good inbounds play. Dirk Shaw muscles it in. 8 points for Dirk.
Nice play design there by Corey Dunn and Rossville. A nice job by Shaw of executing.
Ayers that time, lost the dribble. Shaw came away with a steal. Can't come up with the shot, though. That should be Frankfort basketball, and it is. Both of these teams hitting that kind of middle part of their season. The Hot Dogs right now 2-7 on the year. I was looking through the rest of their schedule, though, and they have a really good opportunity to get to about that 9-win mark. I know looking at it right now at 2-7, that's hard to think, but there's definitely 7 very winnable games for Frankfort.
Well, I'll tell you what, if they can keep knocking down threes, playing better with better effort, which I see that tonight, I like their chances because they're athletic, they're active offensively, and again, their biggest deal, and you talk about this, is how their effort changes from week to week.
For Frankfort, as they look towards the end of their season, they play in that sectional 25. It's over in Greencastle, which just seems weird to me. Case Arena always hosted the sectional. And now, the last couple of years going different places for that tournament to be played. Although Greencastle's gymnasium, the McAnally Center, is fantastic. Have you had a chance to see that one?
We called a couple of games there for regional games the last couple of years. That is quite the jaunt from here to Greencastle. So I'm surprised. That is it's interesting. They would make Frankfort go all the way over there.
Another great gymnasium, though. It's very similar to Case Arena in the look. I love their floor, though, the two-tone hardwood look.
Yeah, their AD, Doug Greenlee, I coach underneath him and on his staff at Kankakee Valley, and think the world of him, and would love to go back and do some regional games there as well.
I forgot about that tie there.
Yeah.
That is your buddy.
Yeah, Doug and I used to be, he was a great basketball coach, won a couple sectionals at KV, a lot of baseball sectionals, and has done a nice job as the AD.
Cameron Williams has found his bread and butter tonight, right down the lane.
Well, he's taking what the defense is giving him, and I like that, and he's finishing.
Damon Shaw, another bucket. He's got 4 now. 24-21, Rossville. It's a 3-point lead. Sandoval from the corner gets tripped up. Good defense from Rossville. They come away with the steal. This is a well-coached Rossville Hornet team.
great fundamentals. What I like is all 5 can do everything. Nice
What a pass.
Wow.
What a play. The and one opportunity. Dirk Shaw just lasered that in there to Evan Price. And how about Price? Comes off the bench, instant offense.
What I liked there was just Dirk Shaw, how he handled, let the defense come to him. Great pass, and what a great job by Price of finishing, with the and one.
Price coming off last night where he scored 8 points versus Tri-Central. So he's got a rhythm going now with 5 in the game. Rossville's lead grows to 6. We talked a little bit about the history at Howard Hall. Gene Milner from Rossville putting up 40 against Frankfort as Ayers drives and can't score. How about the most points from a Frankfort hot dog scored against Rossville all time? It's going to be by a gentleman named Joe Ruck. Put up 32 points back in 1977.
Wow.
And that is the all-time single-game scoring mark versus the Rossville Hornets from a Frankfort hot dog.
Well, the neat thing about that and neat thing about tonight is, again, these kids have grown up playing against each other. When you're in the same county, you're playing against each other in middle school and grade school and travel ball, and so they know each other very, very well. And that's what makes this game tonight so special.
Ayers steps right into one in rhythm and knocks it down.
Nice.
You could see that one coming, Coach.
Well, what
Great
I
pass.
liked again, Ayers in rhythm offensively had no problem. Nice charge there by Sandoval.
That's going to be Luke Meek who picks up the offensive foul. Sandoval stands in and takes one.
Tell you what, unless you've done that, that's not the easiest thing to do. That takes a little bravery, a little guts, just because you know you're going to take a shot, but it's well worth it.
Sandoval was a young man last night who found himself taking the final shot to try to tie things up against Western Boone. You and I both thought Frazier was going to be the obvious choice for the ball, but the ball found its way to Sandoval instead. Now a foul on a 3. And Coach Corey Dunn is just shaking his head on the sideline.
That's number 2 on Reed Douglas. So as much as Corey wants to play just 7, he may have to be forced to go to 8 or 9 just with some foul trouble.
Williams at the line, misses the first. Again, tonight's game brought to us by our friends at Healthy Communities. Finding and applying for health insurance is hard, especially now, and we get that. Our mission is to help not only children and families, but everyone. We can help you obtain the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Our help is free, unbiased, and local. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. Williams converts 1 of 2 at the line so far. His third shot up, and he gets the roll.
I tell you what, Cameron's had quite the weekend with 14 last night, coming in averaging 2.3 points a game. He's already got 8 for today.
Well, what was the word we used a lot last night? Confidence, right?
Yep.
For a team that's only got 2 wins on the year, they're starting to get guys who aren't contributing as much thus far in the season. They're starting to put up big numbers for Frankfort. That's got to build confidence from a team aspect.
Well, the neat thing is Coach Van Dyne's is starting to settle in with that 7 or 8 player rotation, and he's getting different things and different looks. And from this weekend, that 7-man rotation may change a little bit more, but nice job again. He's finding more players to contribute, which is great for chemistry.
Frankfort's got Rossville here tonight. Their next game is next Friday. That shot's knocked in by Frazier. Frazier's first 3 of the night. Timeout taken on the floor. But to finish that thought, next Friday, Frankfort's at Peru. Peru's 10-2 on the season. Their team last night, they got beaten double overtime by Maconaquah. Maconaquah on the year was sitting at 4-6 or 3-6 at the time. They get the upset victory last night. So you got to wonder, does Peru have a little bit of a hangover next week as Frankfort goes over to take them on?
Well, I'll tell you what, it still comes down to effort and execution, because I like the way Frankfort shoots the ball. That part I love. What I want to see is consistent effort, and we're seeing that tonight. So Coach Van Dyne's message has been delivered and has been received.
Tonight's game, a product of FiberHawk. Internet, super fast speeds, no more buffering. Perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 922-HAWK. Fast, affordable FiberHawk. Good look inside the huddle there for the Rossville Hornets. Coach Corey Dunn not happy with the run there. They had a 6-point lead. Frankfort comes roaring back now, leading by 2 here at home.
So my connection to Rossville goes back to Tracy Hamill. Tracy was a girls coach at Lebanon High School. She was a Rossville coach, Jennifer Jacoby. Miss Basketball. Jennifer ended up coming and helping Tracy. I helped Tracy coach a little bit with girls basketball at Lebanon, and she was married to the late Jim Hamill, who coached at Lafayette Jeff for many years and did a great job as well.
For many years, they had a sign as you drove into Rossville that said, "Home of Jennifer Jacoby, Miss Basketball." Frazier in the corner. Looked like he got bumped on that shot. Follows his own rebound. Then gets blocked. Tries to save it. Frankfort winning those 50-50 balls right now. Now Rossville going the other way. 2-on-2 break. Shaw up.
Nice.
And good.
So smooth. Great body control by Shaw. I like his game.
You know what I like about him? He's not afraid to go left. Many players at this age try to get to that dominant hand, and we've seen him go left multiple times tonight and finish.
And to your point, he's very comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
There's no stress. He goes up strong, and I like his ability to try to finish above the Frankfort Hot Dogs.
Frankfort electing to hold for one here about 30 seconds to go before the half in a tied game, 29-29. What better could you be doing on a Saturday night than taking this one in?
Well, and I like the idea. I love getting the last shot, especially, on the second game of a 2-weekend game. And I just like the idea, again, of no matter what, you're going to go down or go into halftime at worst tied.
Sandoval, 3. Little flat. Rossville has a chance. Shaw has to kind of chuck it up sideways, and he about made it, Coach.
Wow.
29-29 your score at the half. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, our halftime show here on the ISC Sports Network in cooperation with Hot Dog TV.
My name's Gary Gangwer, and I own the Gangwer Insurance Agency as well as Farm here in Clinton County. After an accident in Cleveland, Ohio, I had an opportunity to look at insurance. Didn't have anything to do until harvest, so I thought, why not? And it felt natural for me to call on farmers and specialize in farm insurance because that's what I use as a farmer is insurance.
This is really tough for me because I'm trying to remain professional on the show.
And then you got 50 feet of crap and the New York Knicks.
You're 60, so I'm not going to put my hands on you, but I'm going to slap this guy instead. Are we going to have our first real good argument on this show?
That's what everyone wants to hear.
And that is the point.
The fate of your mouth is on your shoulders.
Showtime, Cavity Bud.
Dr. Snyder and the Ardente Dental Guardians help you fight to keep your mouth healthy. Call Dr. Snyder and the Ardente Dental Guardians at 654-7222. We protect smiles of all ages.
Ardente Dental is a happy place.
Every business we work with at Haley's has different security needs. As a certified Medico Security Center, we provide the highest quality products with affordable solutions for your business. E-cylinders fit into your existing hardware and are controlled from your computer. Medico Smart Solutions provide options for different employee access levels. Patented key control, loss and liability protection. Surveillance cameras protect your employees and your business. Call today for your free business security assessment. Let the professionals at Haley's keep your business safe with locations in Lafayette and Crawfordsville.
Hi, I'm Ashley with the Farmers Bank. I'm here to introduce the Farmers Bank mobile banking app for your smartphone. Find us at the App Store or the Play Store. To find our app, search for the Farmers Bank Mobile Banking Fiserv Solutions. Have your finances at your fingertips anytime, all the time. Sign up today. The Farmers Bank, your local bank, your mobile bank, your bank for life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We welcome you back here, halftime at Frankfort. Our halftime show brought to you by Titma REMC. An in-home energy assessment is the easy, convenient, and free way to measure your home's energy efficiency, lowering your energy bills and saving you money. To schedule your free assessment, visit titma.org. Titma REMC, empowering our communities. A great first half of basketball here from Case Arena tonight. A night they affectionately refer to as Cram Case. They had T-shirts made, Coach. They passed them out and said, you want to get in at a discount? You buy a T-shirt, help support the athletic programs. We'll discount your tickets coming in here this evening. I've seen a handful of those shirts out here.
Well, I tell you what I love about it is it's a tradition. And they understand, this time of the year, we're going to have this game. And I think it's fun for both Rossville and Frankfort. I love the idea of introducing the middle school teams. And it talks about that continuity and growing up at Frankfort, you want to come to this game. You want to play in this game. That's why it's so important to bring people back every year to a Cram Case game, just because it is a tradition, and I love traditions.
Scoring in the first half, we are all tied up 29 apiece for Rossville. They're led by their senior, Dirk Shaw. He's the only player in double figures so far. He's got 10 points. They've gotten contributions from Damon Shaw, Luke Meek, and Jesse Cornell. Those three have 4. Evan Price with 5 points off the bench for Rossville tonight, and they got a bucket there from Jaden Brown on the other side for Frankfort. They're led in scoring by Cameron Williams right now with 8 points, Trey Frazier with 5, Jade Ayers with 4, and then Braden Compton and Riley Goodnight both with 6. And that rounds out your scoring in tonight's broadcast. About 6 minutes to go before the end of halftime here. I want to throw another little trivia thing at you. I have a feeling you might get this one. I'm not going to give you the answer here. I'm going to see what you say. I'm going to put you on the spot.
I got you. Let's go.
You got to listen closely here.
I am.
What current NBA coach has the 9th most single game point total in Case Arena history with 35 points?
Brad Stevens.
Brad Stevens, there you go. Happened on February 21st, 1995. However, the Hot Dogs, the home team, put a thumping on Zionsville, 92-62. That was a senior night festivity, but Brad Stevens had a good evening.
I remember Brad Stevens in Zionsville. I was at Lebanon, and he came in and was able to play very well in the sectional and help Zionsville to a couple wins. Again, went on to DePaul and played very, very well there, and really excited for all of the success, because as good as he is on the floor, he's better off the floor, and he's just a great person. And people that are friends of both of ours just speak volumes of this, the dad he is and father he is and husband he is, and that to me is very important.
You see the gentleman there in the striped zebra shirt, that's the official scorekeeper here at Case Arena. His name is Jim Moyer. He has been doing that now for 50 years here at Case Arena. I think that is absolutely fantastic. The Frankfort Hot Dogs are in their 108th year of basketball, and for 50 of them, Mr. Moyer has been the official scorekeeper for Frankfort.
And to his right is John Jacoby, the scorekeeper for Rossville. I know that because John works for a company called Team Pride. Team Pride's who we used to deal with for all of our goods, and John's a good friend of mine. His boys just graduated from Rossville, so it's neat to see people wanting to come back and be a part of and stay a part of these programs, especially Frankfort.
Let's go back and let's revisit a little bit of those keys to victory coming into the game. One of them was effort. I feel like both teams are giving exceptional effort so far.
Well, I'll tell you what, for the second game of the weekend, I think both of them have played really well. And again, they're not looking for ways to avoid contact and avoid effort. I think it's been there. But again, I love the idea of a second game being this type of rivalry. That's important, and that's a big deal.
3-point shooting so far. Frankfort has knocked down 5 threes in the game. Rossville does not have one to their credit, but they have the size, so they've been attacking the bucket a little bit more. The third key was rebounding, and Frankfort being undersized hasn't seemed to affect them too much. They're doing a pretty good job on the boards.
I think they've done a much better job, and I still think rebounding, like defense, is all about effort. It's all about want to. And I think, do you really want to get down there and get dirty and do the little things right by going and getting that ball? And tonight, I think Frankfort is certainly playing a first half like they ended the second half of last night's game. So I like what they're doing.
And looking at our upcoming schedule here on the ISC for games that involve Frankfort and even Rossville. Next Saturday, we will be back here. We'll have the Clinton Central Frankfort basketball game from Case Arena. Earlier than that, though, if you go to Tuesday night, it's a rescheduled matchup. It's the Clinton Prairie Gophers They come in to take on the Lady Hot Dogs on Tuesday. For Rossville later this season on February 28th, we're looking at maybe going over to the Hornets' Nest, getting that game with West Lafayette. That's usually a good one.
Well, I'll tell you what, I love gyms like Rossville. We talk about this off of the air, and that is I just like these Cracker Box gyms that are small but loud, and I think an environment like that is great for our fans to be able to watch, our alumni to be able to see that. I think seeing that Rossville West Lafayette game would be a fun one to either be at or watch on the IHSAA network.
I'll tell you, no offense to any of the Clinton County schools at all. Rossville has one of the best fan bases for basketball in the county. They don't have a football program, so when basketball season shows up, the fans show up. They come out and they support them. They get a good crowd that travels on the road. They pack the place for home games. It's a lot of fun.
Well, happy for Corey Dunn and his success. He's well on his way to his fourth straight winning season. And, again, he's got a great group of kids. And, again, they'll be a threat in this year's sectional. Be a tough one for them, but I like their chemistry and how they're playing well tonight.
Talk about Corey Dunn in the 4 straight winning seasons. In his first year at the helm, they went just 11-16. However, they caught fire at the end of that year, went on to win sectionals before falling in regionals. But then he's rattled off 4 straight winning seasons. Last year's one that he wants to avenge. They went 18-5. They were the favorite to win the sectional, and they got upset in round 1 versus Delphi. So I know Corey Dunn's looking at that postseason, and he's ready to head over to Western Boone and try to redeem that in what is going to be a fantastic sectional 38 with both Rossville and Clinton Prairie in there, and both of those teams at the top, not only of the sectional standings there, but also of the Hoosier Heartland Conference standings, both teams undefeated in conference play. About a minute 45 here before the second half gets started. So that's going to do it for our Titmont REMC halftime show. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, third quarter action from Case Arena here on the ISC Sports Network.
Hey Mom and Dad, as a teen, I have a right to privacy when it comes to my health care. As a parent or guardian of a teen, there are a few things you can do to help.
Respect our privacy. Let us have one-on-one time with our doctor. Allow us to make our own appointments, fill out our own paperwork, and encourage us to speak up for our own healthcare needs.
For more tips and information, call Healthy Communities at 765-659-6063.
Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden is your local Husqvarna dealer. With us, you'll find a knowledgeable staff that's able to provide quick turnaround service so your business doesn't have to stop. From zero-turn mowers to trimmers and chainsaws, Husqvarna has you covered. And with the fleet program, the more you buy, the more you get in return. With that kind of stability, you can rely on us for the long haul. Get your Husqvarna equipment today at Thomas Phoenix Lawn and Garden, located at 6292 West County Road 0 in Frankfort.
Third quarter action tonight here on the ISC Sports Network, brought to us by the Farmers Bank, locally owned and operated with 10 banking offices located in central Indiana, providing retail, business, trust, and asset management, investment, mortgage, and electronic banking services. The Farmers Bank is here to support you every step of the way. The Farmers Bank, my bank for life. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. On top of the reads tonight, on top of the broadcast, we're ready to roll here. Third quarter action gets started from Case Arena. Rossville starts out with the basketball. Compton nearly had a steal there. Going to get a blocking foul. Ayers slid in. Looked like he had pretty good position.
Looks like his third foul. I thought he might have been there as well, but again, we have a great view, but we're not down there where the officials are.
Looked like he might have slid up under him, though, as he was already in the air, and that typically ends up in the block. You said third foul on Ayers. That's what you got to start to watch here, is both teams have a couple of players with a few fouls apiece.
Well, that's when the fatigue comes in, because you start reaching it and you don't take that extra step, and that causes the foul.
Douglas Missed the free throw opportunity. Rossville now back the other way. That's Meek with the basketball. 5'11" sophomore for Rossville. Shot up, tough shot there. Frazier with the rebound. Players tangled up. Williams the other way, lays it in with the left hand.
Great job by Cameron. Nice transition by the Hot Dogs. And again, we're all tied up again.
You know, Cameron's mother, Sherry, graduated with her back here at Frankfort in '97. Same class with Mason Harris and the guys. I know we got to give Mason some love on the broadcast tonight as much as we can.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's neat, again, to come home. I'm happy for you to be back here, and it's just kind of a special time when you come back to a place that you went to school at and you grew up in, and it's neat to see familiar faces, and that's, I think, a very, very special time.
I'm surprised they allow me to be honest.
We didn't want to go there. I was very good. I was trying to take the high road on all this stuff here. You brought that part up. We didn't want to talk about that. But I do look forward to talking with Mason to get more stories about you and your time together here as Hot Dogs.
We enjoyed cutting up and probably disrupted a few classrooms, to say the least.
As well as I know Mason, I don't think you two guys lost out on any kind of fun, and so you weren't cheated. That's for daggone sure.
Well, Mason was definitely what I would refer to as an instigator. He always kept himself out of trouble, but he didn't have a problem getting me into trouble. Sandoval back down low. Frazier, left hand, can't get it to go. Tipped out. Remains Frankfort basketball.
I think it's always fun to go back and reminisce, and again, as quiet as Mason is. As quiet as he is, and he is. And
right.
I tell you what, right now he is in the classroom at that type of thing. He is, and so I always love to hear and see a different side of him and classmates.
Jump ball here is Compton, able to get his hand on the basketball.
I tell you right now, I see more fight out of Frankfort, and I just see, kind of Rossville kind of almost being, taken back by the aggressive style that Frankfort's playing with right now. I think that needs to change if Rossville wants to stay in this game.
Compton looks to penetrate against Shaw. Pump fake, blocked by Shaw. They give him the foul, though. Unless they got a part of the arm. Compton will earn a trip to the line.
Nice job of double and triple faking there by Compton. I thought Shaw went straight up and down. The official saw otherwise.
33-31, these two free throws. Very important for the Hot Dogs. Compton can't get it to go, though.
So as Rossville saying, and you alluded to this last night, ball doesn't lie.
Ball don't lie.
So in Rossville's eyes, that was on a foul because Compton missed that first free throw.
Shaw didn't seem to argue much of the call, and maybe that's just his demeanor, but
he seems very level-headed and calm, and so again his first foul, so he's not in foul trouble.
A little weave outside for Rossville. Two players run into each other with Shaw and Meek. Nice effort on the boards there from Jesse Cornell. He'll earn a trip to the free throw line.
He was out of position, went over the back, didn't anticipate the ball being missed that badly, but great job on the offensive rebound and put back by Cornell.
Cornell misses the front end here. For Rossville, Frankfort necessarily beating the Hot Dogs, not an important game, but a great confidence builder if they could come in here 2 years in a row and steal victories away from Frankfort. They've got some notable games coming up. They play against Eastern. Eastern right now competing for that conference as Williams gets another lay-in. So you've got Clinton Prairie and Rossville undefeated in the Hoosier Heartland Conference. Eastern sitting right there at 3-1. Rossville plays them on January 31st. Then they face Clinton Prairie on February 6th. Both of those games, though, at home.
Well, I tell you what, it's neat when you control your own destiny in the conference, and I think Rossville does that, which is why we see Coach Peckinpah here from Clinton Prairie here tonight, just wanting to get a first-hand look at Rossville. Nice shot there by Shaw.
Damon Shaw knocks it down. He's got 7 now. Right around the season average.
Rossville does not want to go away. Again, they've won 9 games this year, playing very poised here on the road.
This shot up and good for Compton. He's starting to get some confidence there in the post.
Well, he's not hesitating. He's going straight up, and he's attacking Shaw, who is the bigger player.
Blocking foul there. A little too far under the bucket, and one opportunity now for Damon Shaw. That foul be whistled against Landon Mejia.
It's Mejia's second I have, and so again, great take by Shaw, and really the Shaw brothers have done a nice job on both ends of the floor.
Riley Goodnight checks back in for the Hot Dogs. Number 3, Jaden Brown comes in, as well as number 25, Evan Price for the Hornets. So far, Coach, both those teams staying in that 7-man rotation.
And the foul trouble hasn't been an issue yet, and so they've been able to keep it at 7, and I think both coaches are very comfortable with that.
Williams looks outside to Compton. Compton puts it on the deck, gets to the bucket just a little strong. Shaw with the rebound. Here come the Hornets. Brown finds Price in the corner. Rebound. Rossville doing a nice job on the offensive glass, though it doesn't net him any points. Sandoval back out top. Frankfort works the ball around. So a 3-point game. Outside, Frazier, 3. Too strong. Rossville gets it ahead to Shaw. Shaw, little mid-range game. He's almost a throwback player.
Well, we talked about that last night, how these kids nowadays don't like that mid-range game. Well, I'll tell you what, Shaw lives there. He's done a nice job of that 4 to 8 foot shot, and he's making a living at that range and doing a great job.
Compton, ball fake, spins around, leaves it short.
And for 6'3", and they're basically their point center, Shaw does a nice job of handling the ball as well.
Good night with a good base there. Him and Price get tangled up. Ball goes out, Frankfort basketball. Substitutions for Rossville. Luke Meek comes back in, as well as Jesse Cornell.
And both coaches are really staying with that 7-man rotation. I think that's key here. I like the idea of Corey Dunn up a little bit, resting his star player in Shaw.
I was just getting ready to mention that. I noticed I looked up at the scoreboard. Now that 5-point lead. A great opportunity to get a break here for Dirk. Good night on the drive. But if you're Frankfort, you got to recognize that, right? You got to take advantage of him not being on the floor.
And what Goodnight did there, he attacked the rim. As soon as he saw the fact that Shaw's out, attack the rim and take advantage of that.
Tonight's game brought to us by Healthy Communities. Finding and applying for health insurance is hard, and we get that. Our mission is to help not only children and families, but everyone. We can help you obtain the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Our help is free, unbiased, and local. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. So good night at the line. Gets 2 to go. That lead now down to 3.
And if I'm Corey Dunn, I'm fine. Again, a 5-point lead or the game is tied. I think it's important to make sure that my best player is rested.
Shot up just a 2-pointer that time as Luke Meek had his foot on the line.
And that helps. And any kind of points he gets while Dirk is on the bench is huge for the Hornets.
Compton missed the shot. Rossville rebounded, and Sandoval took it away. Now on the other end, it's Cameron Williams for 3. Career night for Williams.
A career weekend for Williams. He really has played well. And again, it's neat to see these type things happen. And as a coach, when they evolve, you just start tweaking your lineup and really what you're trying to get accomplished.
And you're starting to see it on both sides of the floor defensively. That's a tough call. Now Compton's got to keep his cool here. Great effort going after a loose basketball. Did take out the legs of the Rossville player.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about that call, just because it really, there was no intent. The officials are a little upset about that, but hey, you know what? You can't make a call on an effort play like that. That you just got to be very careful. And if you're Coach Van Dyne, you're not upset at all. Great play by Compton.
Shaw comes right back into the game. His break on the bench was a short one. The lead now down to 2. Goodnight loses the handle. Williams picks it up. We talked about Williams' career night. His career or season high coming in was 12 points. That came in game number 1 against Clinton Prairie until last night. He put up 14 versus Webo. Tonight, he's got 15. We're in the third quarter.
Well, he's starting to gain confidence. We talked about that last night. What happens when you gain confidence? And we're seeing this with Williams. He's playing well.
The foul down here. It looks like they're going to get Damon Shaw.
Yeah, over the back.
Over the back.
I think right now it's critical for the officials to take control back of the game. The kids are getting a little chippy, getting a little aggressive, probably a little more body and a little more into it. And again, just trying to, establish control of the game. The officials have done a nice job all game. And again, this rivalry game can get away from you a little bit.
Talk about career scoring is you get a foul here. Career scoring for the Frankfort Hot Dogs. They are led all-time leading scorer, Andy Foster. Graduated with me in 1997, put up 1,612 career points. At the time, in 97, Travis Best was on that team as well. He was third until a young man named Stevie Lovelace came along in 2009 and almost caught Andy Foster. He ended up with 1,586. Mejia with a good drive and score. That's his first bucket tonight. And we're all tied up at 43 apiece.
I'll tell you what, I just, I like the intensity of both teams here and effort in general. I'll be anxious to see how much Dirk Shaw wants to try to take over this game in the latter part of the game.
What's amazing to me, Coach, as I look through that career scoring list, as Price puts it in here, is you have all these early state championships in the 20s and 30s. Everett Case was here. All these notable players, Jay McCreary, guys that went on to play in IU and in different places, and even professionally, some of them. And then Gary Good comes along in 1985 and scores 1,511 points, and that stood for 12 years until the 90s. And now for 23 years, Andy Foster's record has stood atop the scoring mountain here at Frankfort High School.
And what surprises me about that is just because of the evolution of the three-point line and how much more is prevalent and is involved in the game. In tonight's game, these Hot Dogs, they're more comfortable shooting that three-point shot than taking it to the rim.
Good night. Misses both. However, they get the steal. Frankfort will reset. Shot from Mejia. Short.
That was from the volleyball line there. I'm not quite sure that Coach Van Dyne was thrilled with that, but gave a thumbs up and encouraging words and great job of just letting his player play through this.
45-43, Rossville. We'll see if they hold for one here. They got a 2-point lead towards the end of the third quarter. You'd like to keep that lead going into the fourth. Try to have some momentum, maybe even add to that right here on this last possession. They go to the bread and butter, and
nice.
Shaw delivers. 14 now for Dirk Shaw.
Nice high percentage play, and again, you don't want to pass up a layup. I know you'd like to have that last shot, but it's nice to be able to have that easy two-point play. I have told you all along, why is Sandoval not shooting more threes? To me, he needs to be option one. I don't understand why they're not going to him more. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we're there.
Sandoval knocks it down. It's a one-point game. Meek off the mark. Sandoval right back to Shaw. I don't know that one would have counted had it gone. However, Rossville, 47, Frankfort, 46. Don't touch the dial. Great fourth quarter headed your way when we come back on the ISC Sports Network.
Mom, we're late, and I left my soccer bag at Cindy's, and I need to get my dress today.
It's okay, honey. I'll take care of it.
Oh, Mom, I'll take care of it.
We'll take care of it. With more ways to access Indiana's most highly skilled primary care doctors.
Stop!
Indiana University Health makes it easy to take care of your family.
What? I told you I'd take care of it.
Schedule same-day primary care appointments at 1-888-IU-HEALTH.
Hello, love. Welcome back to another edition of SAC Takes TV. I am by far the most humble person here. Okay, I'm a lot better than he is. If you're getting accused of celebrating too much, maybe you have some good team chemistry. This is just a recurring theme in our lives.
Welcome back here to Case Arena. Been a fun night of basketball. Sean Walker, Lance Scheib on the call here with you this evening. And hats off to these students from Frankfort Hot Dog TV, part of their TV broadcasting class. Thank you to Richard Salee, the teacher of that program. Doing a great job bringing this one to you tonight.
Yeah, the kids are doing a great job, and it's really been, again, learning experience for everyone. But I've been impressed, and with both nights, they really have came in here and really shown us a good game, and excited for them.
47-46 your score. Rossville leading by 1. Shaw thought about the 3 steps in mid-range game, silky smooth.
Like it. Nice job.
I'm telling you, man, old school player. You see the specs. He's got the mid-range game. He uses the ball fake, footwork. He's fun to watch.
He plays under control, and he's, again, not afraid to go to his left and use his left, and that's what I like about him.
Compton that time ran out of real estate and then panicked, turned the ball over.
This is a critical time for the Hot Dogs. Need a stop here. Down 3. Can't afford to go down 5 or 6.
Shaw, mid-range. That one just squeaks out. Ayers will bring it up for the Hot Dogs. Gets around Shaw, finds a shooter in the corner. Compton, 3. Can't get it to go. Rossville now. Puts it up. No good. Good night with the rebound. That's one thing last night, and I wonder if Coach Dunn talked about this a little bit, because you've seen them be a little gun shy from three-point land tonight. Trey Frazier is not. He's got 8. Last night, Rossville versus Tri-Central shot just 7 of 23 from the three-point line, and you can tell there's a focus for either a mid-range shot or something right at the bucket tonight. Only a handful of three-point opportunities, although of late they've been starting to let them fly again. And if you're Frankfort, you probably are okay with that because they're not hitting them at the moment. Good night. Finds Frazier. Foul on the floor. And you can see a little more pep in the step from Frazier tonight. Little slower scoring output. He's got 8 points in the game after putting up 22 last night. But you can start to see that intensity pick up on the offensive end.
I like how Frazier's playing. I like he's under control. He's not forcing things. I think that's the thing that I noticed last night and tonight. He lets the game come to him. I tell you what, though, Sean, big 4th foul there for the Hornets on Jaden Brown. Because that puts him on the bench, and he's done a nice job, not so much scoring, but on defense, rebounding, and handling the ball.
Yeah, and you got to think about fouls in a tight game like this. If you get some extra basketball, neither team goes very deep. You start to lose players. Now you start to put guys in who've been sitting over there for the last 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Ayers with a great follow. There's going to be a foul here on Shaw.
His 3rd. Great job by Ayers. Again, great timing, anticipation. I love players that are able to understand where the ball is going to come off if it is missed. And that's exactly what Ayers did. He was airborne before that ball ever got off the rim. Nice job of getting the rebound and going back up and drawing the foul on Damon Shaw.
So Ayers will head to the line. He's 1 of 2 there tonight. Calmly, collectively knocks that one down. 5 points in the game for Ayers. Frankfort now leads 50-49. Ayers with 2 crucial free throws there, and Frankfort's back on top on the scoreboard.
It hasn't happened a lot here tonight here. I'll be anxious to see how Rossville handles being down in the 4th quarter on the road.
Good drive by Meek. Nothing there but Shaw.
Nice.
Battle for inside position. He's now got 18.
18 points, playing well, not forcing anything, taking it inside and outside, and that time just was bigger than Compton or Sandoval. I think he went over.
Shaw averaging 14 on the season, but we mentioned earlier, 3 straight games with 20-plus points. He only needs 1 more bucket to make it 4 straight. Sandoval, good effort running that one down. Finds Compton. Williams steps into one. Boy, I tell you, if that goes, the roof might have came off of this place. Now foul on Compton away from the bucket.
That's 4, I believe, on Compton, so he's going to sit for just a little bit. Be anxious to see how much longer Brown is on the bench as we see Mr. Offense here. Evan Price coming back in for Rossville. Really did a nice job in that first half.
So Goodnight comes in, and he'll have to check Shaw. Ayers with the steal. Coach, you can appreciate that. He looked like a safety coming up and reading the quarterback's eyes.
See what he's built like a safety as well.
Goodnight. Can't get it to go. Ayers battling again.
Wow.
Maybe
Great
undersized, but effort.
I tell you what, I love how the junior Ayers is playing. He's handling the ball well. He's knocked down a few shots, but his tenacity and toughness are what is such a big deal right now, and the reason why he's on the floor.
Ayers penetrate kick. Goodnight. Good look. Can't get it.
Great shot, and again, if I'm Coach Van Dyne, great. Keep shooting in rhythm, inside the offense. I like what the Hot Dogs are doing.
We've seen enough to know that is Frankfort's bread and butter, is that drive and kick. But Rossville has found their bread and butter as well in Dirk Shaw, and there is his 20th point.
Cannot let Shaw get that deep under the basket without being contested. You cannot do it because he's unstoppable just because of the lack of height that Frankfort has.
Cam Williams now, the drive and the foul. He'll head to the free throw line. Cameron Williams with 15 points in the game. That's a season high for him, looking to add to that total here. Get a couple of these to tie things back up. Williams gets the first to go.
Well, Coach Van Dyne has found something here in Williams. He's really done a nice job, and even Compton tonight hitting right around his average, but 16 points for Williams. That is a huge bonus for the Hot Dogs, now 17.
Great night for Cameron Williams. A timeout going to be taken here. And that gives us an opportunity to thank Tipmont REMC. An in-home energy assessment is the easy, convenient, and free way to measure your home's energy efficiency, lowering your energy bills and saving you money. To schedule your free assessment, visit tipmont.org. Tipmont REMC, empowering our communities. We talked about Tipmont being a sponsor. We talked about them being a partner of our parent company in Mulberry Telecommunications, as they've been deploying fiber in their areas, the rural areas, now not just delivering the power, but also delivering high-speed internet. And then with Mulberry, we're offering the voice and video services as well over that fiber. It's been a great partnership so far, and we appreciate all of our fans and friends over there at Tipmont REMC.
Well, the neat thing about Tipmont is what they're doing for families and for communities. And it's really bringing them together, just from the communications standpoint to be able to watch contests like this. And I think that's such a big deal. And that's the neat thing of 2020 is there's so much availability, and for these families to, if you can't make it here tonight, to be able to watch this great game, tied with 3:56 to go, where else would you want to be than right here, right now?
Right. This has been a fantastic game. Excited to see how this one shakes out. In the huddle there, what do you think both teams are talking about? Just consistency. Keep it up. Keep giving the effort.
I think Rossville, everything needs to run through Dirk Shaw. I think that's the biggest thing. If you are Frankfort, you've got to identify where he is or where the Shaw brothers are at.
Rebound here, put back up and in. That's Evan Price. You called him instant offense. He's got 9.
He's coming in at average about 3 points a game. He's got 9 and played really well.
Williams finds Frazier. Back to Goodnight. Williams, mishandles the pass, but drives to the bucket a little strong. That one hurt.
Yeah, he's still down.
So Williams down on the other end. And then Price puts it in here. You're going to get an injury timeout for Cameron Williams and grabbing that hip area.
And I really think he got up in the air and he was awkward, in his body gyration. I didn't see that there was a foul. I know that Coach Van Dyne's going to want that, but I think it was a pretty clean play.
Our injury timeouts all season long are brought to us by our friends at IU Health. Indiana University Health, Arnett Orthopedics and Sports Medicine providers deliver high-quality comprehensive care for soft tissues, bones, and joints. Visit them online at iuhealth.org/Arnett or call 448-8000 to schedule an appointment. And you hate to see that for Cameron Williams because he's had such a fantastic night here for the Frankfort Hot Dogs.
He's
They're going to
fine.
need him in the stretch, but that's one of those ones you're going to have to walk it off.
He's fine. I mean, in the good old days, we called that maybe a hit pointer.
Yep.
But again, I think he's fine. He's walking. He was up in the air and landed awkwardly. The neat thing is when you're 16, 17, and 18, your body bends a little differently than what it does now. And for you and I. And so I would be surprised if he's not back here quickly.
That's an immediate 6 to 8 week injury report for me.
That's
I'm telling you.
A minimum for me as well. I like it. I got you. And my body don't bend like that no more.
With 3:15 on the clock, we'll see Williams just went out in the hallway with the trainer. I'm sure try to loosen that up. There's a good shot of Braden Compton, who's had a nice night here for Frankfort. You got to think he might be a guy they go to here to find some offense with Williams out injured. Good night. Drive. Tacking the bucket. Ooh. Almost got it to go.
Nice job by Riley Goodnight. And what I liked about late in the game, attack the rim, good things happen.
Goodnight earns a trip to the line. These important free throws here for the Frankfort Hot Dogs coming down the stretch. Coach, what was cool for me digging through some of the history here from Frankfort basketball and Case Arena was I'd never realized, I guess, it makes sense to me now because I'd seen articles that teams like Carmel and Brownsburg were once part of the Sagamore Conference that left.
I tell you what, it's neat. Lawrence Central used to be part of the Sagamore Conference. Knowing that because as a coach at Lebanon before that time, and it's just neat to see how the Sagamore Conference has molded into now with Tri-West coming in as of recently and Danville as well. So it's a neat conference.
Sandoval playing tight on-ball defense there, trying to create a turnover, a 5-second call. Compton on Shaw. Compton's got to be careful. He's got those 4 fouls.
And right now, I think Coach Dunn has his Hornets saying, we're going to take, nothing but a layup, and we're going to run some clock off here and see if we can make this game pretty short.
Cornell looking for help. Finds Shaw. The double team comes back to Cornell. Baseline jumper. No good. Frankfort now with a chance to get a little closer or even tie. Compton out top. Battles his way to the block. Gets the shot to go and one. Great take by Braden Compton.
Nice job. His 11th point of the game, draws a second foul on Evan Price. Nice job there again. The and one. Love the idea again. Frankfort attacking the rim. That is caused because they've done such a great job on the outside three-point shooting. They're overplaying them being Rossville, and Frankfort smart enough to take advantage of it.
It's a great point, coaches. Compton gets the three-point play, and we're all knotted up. Under 2 minutes to go. Fourth quarter action. Cram Case Arena. Saturday night IHSAA basketball right here on the ISC Sports Network. And we got a barn burner. Cornell on the drive gets hacked.
Great job by Cornell, who's got 4 fouls, but he understands, just like what Frankfort's doing, attack the rim, your high percentage shot, or get fouled. Nice job.
Jesse Cornell at the line is a 53% free throw shooter on the season. He's 0 for 2 tonight, make that 0 for 3. So if you're Frankfort, you at least fouled the right guy.
Well, and if you're Corey Dunn, keep encouraging Jesse Cornell. Again, nice move. He'll knock him down eventually.
Gets 1 or 2 to go there, does Cornell. Gives Rossville the lead back. It's tough to step up to that line in an environment like this tonight. The fans have been loud. It's a great place. Collision out top, no call. Frazier, little fadeaway jumper. Can't get the bounce. Dirk Shaw secures the rebound.
With 1:25 to go in the game, if you're Frankfort, you've got to contest all passing lanes now, and nothing easy.
Well, I think every time Dirk Shaw catches it down low, you got a double team too.
you have to try to find a way to get the ball out of Dirk Shaw's hands more than anything else. Deny, and right now, again, you don't want him to have the ball.
You're seeing a lot of switching going on from Frankfort defensively. Ayers gets called for the blocking foul. It's a great call. Shaw able to complete it.
He leaned into him, no problem at all. Great job. Again, when you have that guy, and that's exactly what Dirk Shaw is. He is that guy. You know good things are going to happen when the ball is in his hands. Great play design by Corey Dunn and his young Hornets.
So you're telling me Dirk Shaw is that dude?
He is. And when you've got that dude that can give you 18 to 20 points, again, that takes a lot of pressure off you as a coach.
A lot of fun to watch. You can tell, he's definitely the best player on the court here tonight.
Yep.
Missed the free throw, though. Leaves the door open for Frankfort. Now a timeout. Coach Van Dyne wants to talk about it a little bit.
Good timeout. Again, he understands down 3, under a minute. Let's make sure we get our best play and really our best player with the ball in his hands. I think that's the biggest thing in crucial times. Don't think plays, think players. And so look for Coach Van Dyne, whoever he feels has the most confidence, or he has most confidence in, that's who's going to take this shot here.
I'll tell you, Trey Frazier is a young man who had a quiet night offensively for his standards, just 8 points in the game. But he shoots 40% from that three-point line, and we've seen his ability to be able to turn it on when he needs it. Last night didn't get that opportunity against Western Boone. Obviously, you don't have to have a 3 here, but you got to think you at least try to get him a touch and a look in this scenario.
You want your best shot. You don't need a 3 to your point, but you'll take a 3 if that's what presents itself. I think that's the biggest thing. And if you're Corey Dunn, you're thinking, let's defend that outside line and hit our free throws, and we'll walk out of the gym with a W here. So look for Rossville to overplay that three-point line, which should allow Frankfort to drive to the basket.
What I've liked offensively from Frankfort the last few possessions down here, we've seen a lot of that high weave action, and Rossville's been switching off. And you've seen Compton get that advantage where when he finally got that size advantage, he's going to the bucket, getting to the block. It led to a three-point play a moment ago.
Be anxious to see the play design for Frankfort.
They get it into Frazier. Williams has come back to the bench, but he doesn't look like he's in any type of shape to come back onto the floor. So Frankfort's going to have to probably finish this without him. Frazier fouled on the deck. No shot. However, he is going to the line. Both teams in the bonus here.
And that's 4 on Damon Shaw, if that's what's on. Yep. I think I missed 3. I thought he had 4.
I was with you. I already had 3 on him as well. Frazier.
Got to hit your free throws.
No
Got to
good.
hit your free throws. Really puts Frankfort in a bad spot here. Would love to have gone down 1. Okay.
Frazier gets the second and 2. Now here comes the defensive pressure. Timeout first. Corey Dunn wants to talk things over.
And I like this timeout by Corey Dunn because the number one thing is protect the basketball. Be strong with the ball because Frankfort is going to start hacking at the ball, trying to flip it up, trying to create a turnover. So I like the timeout to A, set up my best out of bounds. B, to remind our guys you've got to be strong with the ball. If you're Frankfort, be leery of that long pass, but more than anything else, move your feet and don't smack down at the ball when you're going for a steal. Smack up. You've got a better chance of deflecting it and not getting called for a foul.
Coach Corey Dunn here at Rossville. We've alluded to it, 4 straight winning seasons. Looking for number 5, coached previously at Sheridan from 2007 to 2014. He's been through some battles. Good design here from Rossville to get the ball in bounds, and there's the foul. Committed by Frazier. The foul's going to be against Reed Douglas. But if you're Rossville, you got the ball in the hands of the guy you wanted shooting the line, 73% on the season.
Yeah, that's the one thing that if you look back here, I'm sure that Coach Van Dyne said that's who we don't want to have the ball. Unfortunately, great play design where Reed Douglas went away to come back and was able to grab the ball.
Douglas knocks down that free throw. Now 3 for 4 from the line on the night, right on average.
This is a big one because this one makes it a 2-possession game. Nice.
Shot good. 6 points now for Douglas in the game. Frankfort still has plenty of timeouts remaining. Should they need one. Frazier, that was a shot he hit last night. This one a little strong, and now Frankfort will attempt to foul, and it'll be Douglas headed back to the line.
Nice job of blocking out by Douglas, understanding that when the ball is shot from the corner, it's more likely, if it's a miss, to be long. Great job of blocking out and securing the ball and going right back to the line.
Douglas, that one rattles out. So still some hope here for Frankfort. 23 seconds to go. Douglas' second free throw. Missed it as well. But Dirk Shaw is there for the rebound. Goodnight fell asleep on the block, Coach.
Yeah, he was Goodnight. And it's one of those things Riley just didn't anticipate Dirk coming after the ball like he did. Great heads-up play by the senior, Dirk Shaw.
Shaw at the free throw line, nothing but net. Run out of room for scoring points in the fourth quarter for him. He's got 9 in the quarter, 23 in the game. Make that 24 points now. He leads all scorers. Ayers down the floor. Thought maybe they might whistle him for the stiff arm there.
He had a little bit of a chance there to get an offensive foul. That's going to be Cornell's 5th, so he's going to sit down with 17.8 seconds to go in the game. But again, the one thing you don't want to do, and Corey Dunn will talk to his team about this, don't stop the clock. The clock is our friend. We don't want this thing, we want this game to be over as quick as possible.
Ayers with 7 points. Deacon Spencer is going to check in now. See his first varsity action tonight. I came here earlier, watched some of the JV game. I got to see Deacon Spencer play pretty well in that one. Now a violation against the Hot Dogs.
That was a case where the young man from Frankfort just walked out of the or onto the lane, and you can't do that once your player has the ball.
Coach, one of the keys to victory was effort because we were worried about physical fatigue. But right now down the stretch, we're seeing mental fatigue. Riley Goodnight forgets the box out. You take points off the board down here by committing a lane violation.
Well, it's one of those things that fatigue comes in many shapes and forms, and we think of physical, but really the hardest part about the fatigue is mental. And I think that's what, to your point, Sean, that's what we've seen here late. I like the effort. If I'm Coach Van Dyne, I'm going to walk in that locker room and say, hey, guys, we came up a little short, but if we keep giving that effort, to your point, there's 5, 6, 7, 8 games left that we've got a chance to be in and win. Don't give up. Just keep giving that type of effort and give yourself a chance to win.
Douglas hits the first of 2 here at the line. 7 points on the night for Reed. Had 8 points last night against Tri-Central. And they'll have that again here tonight against Frankfort. Sandoval pushes it up the floor. Compton trying to get to the bucket. Loses the handle. Scramble for it. Coach Van Dyne wanted a traveling violation, and I gotta kind of agree with him a little bit there. Jaden Brown looked a little bit like a fish out of water.
He was moving. he was on his back, and he looked like he was almost pinned there for a little bit here. But again he was able to call the timeout, and the official felt like that he didn't move, and I think that's what Coach Van Dyne's asking right now, so politely.
In the huddle, you see the Hot Dogs there. All eyes on Coach. That's always a good sign.
Well, I think Coach Van Dyne has got complete command of this program, and I think the future's bright. I think he's building something good here. I like the effort, and I like the fact that the kids that come back on night 2 in this county game and really given a great effort. They're going to come up a little bit short, but he's not going to be upset with the effort that they gave tonight.
Coming off of a night last night where they lost by 3 to Webo. In this one, in a dogfight with Rossville. Well, it's been a fun night of basketball here in Clinton County. Part of the Cram Case Arena event.
Really hope that we see there in the picture there. Really hope that Cameron Williams is okay. He's had quite the weekend, but took the awful spill. And again, I think he's just got a bruised hip.
That might be one that hurts worse tomorrow, too, when you go to get up.
You're going to be more sore than anything else here. Now the biggest thing is keeping ice and ibuprofen, and more than anything else is keeping that joint loose. And I think that's going to be real critical for getting him back soon.
Some substitutions now as Frankfort's going to bring in some of their reserves. Some players seeing the floor here tonight, some varsity action.
Yeah, the nice thing is it's great when everyone can get in the game. It's nice when you're able to bring those players that have done a nice job on the JV, and Rossville's going to do the same thing.
So basically a line shift taking place here. Everyone of the players for Rossville will exit except for the shooter, Reed Douglas. As you see some reserves come in here now for Rossville. What's been a successful night for the Hornets?
Well, a successful weekend. Now they go to 10-4. Have to feel good about the weekend wins. And again, if you're Coach Dunn, you just feel like you're getting better and better, and you're trying to get to that pinnacle of playing at your best come the 1st of March for a sectional run.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to be looking at that sectional 38 with 2 teams right here in Clinton County, in Clinton Prairie and Rossville. Don't discount the other teams in that one, but I'll tell you, these 2 teams, the way they're playing this year, definitely a great opportunity to win a sectional championship. We're going to roll right into our post-game show here tonight. Our post-game show brought to us by Healthy Communities. Finding and applying for health insurance is hard, especially now, and we get that. Our mission is to help not only children and families, but everyone. We can help you obtain the coverage you need at a price you can afford. Our help is free, unbiased, and local. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. We want to thank Laura Archibald and all the people at Healthy Communities of Clinton County for their sponsorship. Coach, a fantastic night of basketball here on Saturday night. 68-59 the score. Rossville comes out on top. That's 2 straight years in a row now. They've been able to upend their county rival, the Hot Dogs. Your thoughts on this one?
I'll tell you what, I thought it was a great game. I thought both teams played with great intensity. They both handled adversity of playing a second night in a row. Really happy with just how the effort was given by the Hot Dogs. I thought the execution late in the game favored Rossville, and that's how they were able to pull out this 9-point win.
Your leading scorers on the night for the Hot Dogs, it was Cameron Williams, had 17 points before leaving with that injury. On the other side, it was Dirk Shaw for Rossville. Overall, just looked like the dominant player on the floor tonight, well-versed. You could tell the fundamentals are definitely there for that young man. 24 points in a winning effort for his Rossville Hornets.
I think that makes either the 3rd or 4th straight game of 20 or more points for the senior Shaw, and really played well, played composed, really was a force on both ends of the floor, and we talk about was by far the best player on the floor tonight.
That's going to do it for our coverage here from Frankfort High School. Again, hats off to the Hot Dog TV program, Richard Salee, all the students that helped us out here tonight. I want to thank Ed Niehaus for allowing us to be here to film these games and bring them to you into your living rooms. For Lance Scheib, I'm Sean Walker. We appreciate you tuning in tonight from Case Arena in Frankfort, where the Rossville Hornets walk away with a victory, 68-59 over the Frankfort Hot Dogs.